Today we're checking out Crocodile 2, Death Swamp. They survived the plane crash, but can they survive the swamp?
Now here is where the real adventure begins.
This is a recommendation from Anthony Michelli over on Patreon. He's been recommending that we watch Crocodile 2, even if we didn't watch Crocodile 1, because apparently there's no tie to each other except maybe the croc is the same. We're gonna break down some of the characters, walk through the movie, and highlight some of the really important points.
We have a group of robbers going into this bank because they got a big heist plan here, and they're gonna steal all the money and then board a plane to go to Mexico and live easy. I guess when you got like, what, $500,000 million?
I don't know how much. I don't think they state how much money.
Yeah, it felt like a bass drum case,
A guitar case, basically a whole band's worth of cases of money.
and one little briefcase.
And they walk, yeah, and they walk into this airport as if they're straight out of the Matrix.
They all had like cool glasses on.
Leather coats, except for Squid. He was like the weird one with like the clear glasses.
There's always one.
Yeah, well, everyone wants to be different, except three of them.
Then we also meet Mia, who's like the main lead. She is one of the flight attendants. She loves her man, Zach, who's already in Mexico. So she's like flying over there. She's gonna stop and hang out with him at the hotel. Unfortunately, things get crazy up in the air after we meet like the trivia guy.
Singapore sling was invented in 1915. I am the champion. Anyone ask me anything.
We got a lawyer and a nurse. Gotta just say, the one thing I do like about establishing who's important and who isn't is just a curtain. So like they set this little stage for like, these are the people you should care about. This is just fodder.
After hijacking goes wrong, that part of the plane blows up, so it doesn't matter.
And they're not first class. First class people are more important. That's how the world works.
I guess I'm not important.
I know, remember the last time we flew together? They upgraded me to first class and they left you to coach.
That's my life, dude. That's my life.
You were smoking in the bathroom?
I always like to have a cigarette after I come.
The way we get to know the characters is how they order drinks to the flight attendant. The jerks are the jerks, and there is really no nice people.
Another one for the young lady over here.
No, thank you.
No, it's not a problem. It's their job.
The leader of the robbers was very polite in the beginning.
I'm absolutely fine, thanks.
He hijacks the plane and then they crash.
Keep on your flight path, motherfucker.
Motherfucker was said quite a bit.
Maybe 2 out of 3 sentences.
Do something, motherfucker. Get this shit under control, motherfucker.
So they've crashed into the swamp, and it is the captain who is our first victim of this croc. But it's a fake out croc because the robbers go to town on him.
Yeah, all gangster style. It was kind of crazy. They blew his little leg off.
Yo, Squid, man, check this out, man. We tore its ass up.
But little do they know, Mama Croc is going to be coming in really soon, the real Dial.
But when we actually do see Mama Croc, it looks awesome. It's all practical effects. The effects are done by the late Robert Hall of Laid to Rest fame.
But I don't understand. Is this like a radioactive croc? Or
It's
like-
just big. They talk about conquistadors and gold, and
So it's like an ancient croc.
it's
maybe.
like albino or something.
It definitely wasn't white.
It was like lighter than the other guy.
I think that's just the nature of the crocodile.
Yeah, you're thinking green alligators?
Nope. If you look at them side by side, you wouldn't be able to tell me the difference.
I think one has a pointier snout, one has a ewer snout.
If you looked at one, the one that's supposed to have the pointier snout, you'd be like, is that pointy enough based on the knowledge that I have? It's not.
What about the board game ones?
It was Crocodile Dentist.
I'm the crocodile dentist. The game's crocodile dentist.
See, that has a wider snout.
So it should be a gator?
I think that's probably a gator.
No, isn't the gator the narrow snout?
No.
If we look at this alligator snout, it is very broad and U-shaped, whereas we look at this crocodile snout, it's very pointed and V-shaped.
Yeah, so why is that Crocodile Dentist game a wide snout?
The lesson is, if you see either a gator or a croc, just get the fuck out of there. Don't examine the snout.
A lot of species of crocodiles are out to get you, and they do target people as a food source.
So, the captain gets eaten by the crocodile, and he's our first victim. Mama Croc comes, says, oh no, my baby's dead and it's missing a hand. Mama Croc says, I'm gonna kill all these motherfuckers. I just think that she would have killed them motherfuckers, even if they didn't kill her baby.
That's probably true.
Yeah,
I've been
I mean-
waiting for a tasty
Yeah,
snack.
the only person who seems to be a regular of this territory is John Kreese, because Zach, Mia's boyfriend, hires him to save everybody. He's got a helicopter, he's got hovercrafts, boats, weapons. He's an ex-Navy, judging by his shirt. Sucks at lighting a cigar, though.
That was the funniest thing. Like, Zach's like,
You're supposed to be the best tracker around, huh?
throws his leg over the side of the bathtub, like $3,000.
Her parents are loaded too.
$3,000.
Fine. You got it.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, he goes for the handshake immediately.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even try to barter. Like, that's so cheap to
Go
risk his life.
Yeah, to go in the swamp and go hunting for people.
We're looking for people. You got it?
Their first night in the swamp, Mia tries to seduce one of the robbers who's on night watch.
Come on, untie me and we'll have a nightcap.
Two of the robbers are sleeping, one's knocked out, they take the gun to leave. Do you just run away like they did? Or do you eliminate your threat?
Jay, you said you're not going to just think of killing them.
Right. I'm a flight attendant. I've likely never killed anybody. The last thing I'm doing is picking up a gun and shooting some people dead.
But you were smart enough to drug someone.
Now that I may have done before.
He didn't even check if the safety seal was broken or not.
No.
That's what it's there for. Is when you've crashed a plane into a swamp and someone offers you a drink, you check that safety seal.
He was questioning, like,
Where'd you get that?
if anybody on the entire planet has little bottles of alcohol, it's a stewardess.
They were sleeping. She has a gun. But they did just kill people in front of them. What they could have done is maybe put the gun to their head because they were asleep and then tie them up.
That's a better idea. They ran loudly into the water and they were caught immediately.
That boy's brain is mush.
This is where they see Kreese and Zach come in to like save the day. So
That's
now
true.
the robbers have a new plan. They're like, here's a boat. We're gonna hide under the water.
Oh yeah, they flipped that boat. We were
Yeah,
questioning, like, they might just shoot this boat because they're dumb.
Yep.
But they flipped the bitch and it was great.
They flipped the bitch!
But Kreese was one up on them because when they were looking for the second person, Kreese came up, bam, they had a nice little standoff.
A literal Mexican standoff. They're in Mexico.
I got it. But all goes well. They decide to be friends or whatever, go to the house, relax.
This is where the giant Mama Dial gobbles up Squid. And then all of a sudden you see the bubbly blood coming up. And
Yeah,
then
and here he is.
there he
And
is.
this one's actually really gory because you can see like half his arms kind of like hanging off. It's awesome.
They were good. That was pleasantly surprising.
Some of the CG's a little hit or miss, but you know, it's 2002. It's to be expected. It was probably pretty good back then.
So things don't work out at the house. The robbers get on the boat, leave them behind. They're trying to shoot the crocodile. Obviously, it doesn't work, so they stab it. Doesn't go as planned.
Nope. Poor trivia guy gets killed in the process, but he does stab the eye at
He
least.
does stab it. It did the death roll.
It didn't look as cool as I thought it might, because it was basically just all CG and just bunches of water. Hey, we did forget one thing. Julie, the other air flight assistant, got gobbled earlier while she was holding the black box. And that's how Zach and Kreese ended up finding them. The crocodile had the black box in its stomach and they just like hunted it down.
Why didn't the people looking for this crashed plane use that to find them? Oh.
We don't know. Zach tried to ask the Federale and he wasn't having it.
And you're just sitting there. What's wrong with you?
He was at a bar. It was his off time, right? If we were at a bar, people wouldn't want us to be like, hey, could you film a YouTube video right now?
My girlfriend is on that plane and it crashed.
But this whole time, Kreese is not coming off as a good guy because he's trying to make side deals with like the lead robber, being like, hey, not everyone's gonna fit in my chopper. Maybe me and you go 50-50 on this.
Mia and Zach are like, how could you do this? Oh no. Obviously, it's because he only agreed to $3,000. The terms of the deal, as laid out, was help him find the girl. That was accomplished.
Yep.
Man, we had a goddamn deal.
I got what I came for. You two got true love.
After the main robber and him have their little like fight on the chopper, he does turn around and say,
Taxi's coming back, kids. I'm still on the clock.
I would like to say that this guy didn't learn. He hijacked that last plane terribly,
Get this shit under control, motherfucker!
and he tried to hijack this helicopter and did it terribly. And speaking of terrible, this is probably one of the funniest shots because he's hanging out the window, but it's like so poorly green screened. It's great. The Croc ends up eating that chopper.
Croc eats the chopper. So now we're stuck final two.
And you think that this movie is already done. Why is this still going on at this point?
Well, we have to deal with what we all knew was coming. So early on in the film, Mia gets a gift from Zach, and it's a Zippo. It doesn't establish she's like a chronic smoker or anything. It's just like, this is the gift that she gets. So you're basically waiting 90 minutes to find out when this lighter is going to come
Well,
into
she
play.
dropped it somewhere in the swamp, and Zach, on his way trying to find her, finds a random Zippo laying in the swamp.
Luckily, it was engraved, so he knew it was hers.
And now it's time to use the motherfucker. And the knowledge that Trivial Pursuit guy let us know early. He said, hey, there's methane in these waters, and they will light up. And don't they? But not without using all of the gas that they had for their little boat. They pour 2 full tanks and blow the Croc sky high, and it blows up big time.
Light up my life, motherfucker.
I was really expecting like full Zippo toss into the mouth of the Croc, leading to an explosion.
I gotta say, that Zippo sucks. The one thing about Zippos is the fact that they always light on first strike. That's like the whole point of them.
We didn't establish it was a Zippo. We just know it was a Zippo-like lighter.
Yeah.
I feel like he wouldn't cheap out, though. He did get the custom engraving on it.
Well, he did afford $3,000 to go find his girlfriend.
Well, actually, no, he didn't afford the $3,000. It was her dad was gonna pay it.
Her dad started an internet company.
Because he had nothing. Remember, he showed his wallet. He's like, that's enough to buy me breakfast.
That wasn't enough to buy breakfast.
That's not enough to buy breakfast.
So then they get rescued somehow. They go to the resort, but it was all a dream.
Oh, maybe some of it was
The
a
resort part was
Yeah.
all a dream.
Her diving into the water.
dream. There's like a little weird fake out that didn't need to happen. And
Because
then
we know
that's
the
it.
gator's not in the pool. We know that.
And if there was, you'd be able to see it when they were doing their walk around the side.
It's pretty clear water.
And that's Crocodile 2 Death Swamp. Was the swamp deadly?
Absolutely. And not only because of crocodiles, but because of gunmen.
Was there crocodiles?
Yep.
And was there a previous crocodile movie?
Yeah. You're just trying to validate the title?
I mean, even if there wasn't, there was 2 crocodiles.
So on all levels, it was a Crocodile 2, it was a Death Swamp, delivered.
Better than expected. It felt long, even though it was only an hour and a half, but there were lots of deaths. They were gory. They were fun. We had crocodile vision. I think that's key. We had a lot of funny dialogue because it was almost all ADR, so everyone felt super awkward the whole time.
Where's the other bitch at? He came out of the water in the air.
It was a crocodile!
And you're definitely going to be looking at that main guy like, what's he going to say now? Listen here, bitch. It felt like a Dave Chappelle skit.
Now, how far are we from Acapulco? I don't know.
It's pretty middle of the road to me. The effects on the crocodile at times were great when it was more practical. CGI, still early, so it's hard to say, hey, this is the worst thing in the world, when it was probably the newest thing in the world. I don't think it was bad, and I don't think it's good. I think it's just middle of the road. So I'm going to give this 2.5 Palm Pilots out of 5.
It was funny. I had a lot of fun watching it, but it's not something I would hard recommend to anybody unless you're like, oh, I need something that nobody else has seen. Okay, go on Tubi, watch Crocodile 2. I'll give it 2.5 cops popping out like it's Time Crisis out of 5.
I mean, the best part of this film is the crocodile, and I wasn't disappointed with that aspect. The film itself did feel like it was dragging on, so it's not a fun ride, but there is fun moments. So for me, it is just down the middle. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this film 2.5 most interesting pilots in the world out of 5.
As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and comment below with your thoughts on the film if you've seen it. If you haven't and you do want to check it out, links are in the description. And if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with everything we're doing here. Wacky movies, B-movies, a lot of 90s throwbacks. We got Cool as Ice coming soon. Wait for that one.
Shut the fuck up! I'm tired of hearing about this motherfucking crocodile.